Passion our purpose, profit our pain. I don't want my name to ever be in vain. A life full of substance is the only thing that will remain the same. Millennial thoughts. Hello, y'all, and welcome back to Millennial Thoughts with your girl Alicia. I hope y'all are enjoying this travel series. It's really been fun meeting people or whatever. So, I meet people on Instagram, but this time I met my girl on Twitter. She goes by her brand name Black and Sugi. Hopefully, I said it right because I've been practicing. She has this podcast and she travels and she goes to school. She's actually getting her PhD, and she's my first international guest, and she's from Nigeria, but she lives in London. So, yes. And she has a goal of going to all the countries like our girl Jessica. So we're just going to talk about how she travels, the balance of it, and her goal to just go to 100 countries. And also she's traveling back to West Africa. So just how to maybe like plan a trip, how to, she does like a lot of female solo travel. So we're just going to have a conversation about her travels, and hopefully y'all are inspired and follow her podcast and her journey on Instagram. So, hey girl, nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. Like, I am so honored.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Thank you. I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just really excited that like this is actually working, and it's like you're international, so so much that the internet can do. So
yeah, it's a good place. It can be a good place.
Yes. Literally. So yeah, so basically, we met on Twitter because she was wanting to be on some travel podcasts and shows. So what made you start traveling, or when did you start traveling and wanted to reach the goal?
I've been traveling since I was a kid. My first international flight was probably when I was around 10. So my parents like traveling, so that's just something I've just kind of, I don't know, inherited, I guess. But I started officially, really being intentional about my travels about, I would say early 2017. So yeah, that's about 2 years now. So more. Yeah. So I've just been exploring the world and just like see what he has to offer though. Yeah. It's been a good ride
How
so
many
far.
countries have you been to so far?
So I've been to 58 countries.
Oh my goodness, that
at
is
the
a
current
lot.
moment. It is.
I've been to like 11.
Small beginnings. I always tell people it's like a snowball effect, literally. Like 1 minute you have 11, and then you wake up and you're like 100, and just like, how did that happen? Like,
I hope so. What's been your favorite country so far that you've been to?
Oh my goodness, it's such a tough question. When people ask me this, I'm like, it feels like asking a mother to pick a favorite child. Like, even if she has one, she's like not allowed to say it. I would say my favorite country. Oh, that's a tough one, because I think every country has like a little bit of something that just makes them amazing. If that makes sense. Like, I really liked, and depending on who you go with, depending on why you went there. Like, it's just a lot of factors that influences it. But I really like Australia. I like how far away it was.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like if I want to like relocate and just start a new life, that's the place to do it. Like, it's just so far away from everyone. But being based in the UK, so yeah, it's like across the ocean from several oceans.
Literally.
So I really liked Australia. I like my backyard, which is Europe. I think it's beautiful. I think it's quite diverse. I like the open border and the fact you can literally go from one country to other without, too much restriction. I love my home, Nigeria. Like,
yes,
that's probably the first place I should have mentioned. Oops. I really like Nigeria. I like the culture, the music, the people, everything. Home is always home. So yeah, as I said, I think everywhere kind of gives you what you need, if that's what you go there for, if that makes sense.
Have you ever been to the United States?
I have indeed. I have. I've been the US was actually my first international
Oh, it was?
country.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was I remember going. The first place I visited was Arizona.
Uh-huh.
Hot,
Yes, it is
OMG.
so hot down there. Won't catch me down there.
Like, wow. I remember waking up, I think 3, 4 o'clock, and the sun was out, and I just couldn't understand why it was so bright
Like,
out there. And like, the water spray was on 24/7, so the plants don't dry out, and
hmm
it was insane. But yeah, I really like America. I've been to a few states, to be honest. South Carolina, I've been to Texas, I've been to New York, I've been to a few of them, to be honest. Yeah, I like America. I
okay,
think it's
okay.
I like the fact it's quite diverse, each state, and I see why. And it's so big,
hmm
like even flying between different states is like is equivalent to flying to different countries in
hmm
Europe, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That.
yeah, I like it. I like the big houses. It's cool.
Okay.
We
And
have
so,
tiny houses in London.
oh, you can't. I've never been to London, and that is literally on my bucket list to make it
OMG.
to London. So,
You should come. Whenever you're
yes,
in town, let me
I
know. I'll
will.
take you around.
I really want to come to London. I really do. Like, I went to Paris when I was in like high school, and I
Yes.
met this lady. I still actually remember to this day. Like, I met this lady. I was at somewhere a museum, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm from London." Ever since I talked to her about that, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I want to go to London so bad,"
I have to
but
go
I
to
never
London.
really thought
Go,
about
come,
it.
come,
Yes,
come.
and then I was
Definitely.
just in Trinidad, and I met she's actually Miss Trinidad and Tobago UK
Oh,
or
wow.
London or something
Wow.
like that. And she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
when you come, just let me know." I'm like, "Y'all, I am trying to get over there. I don't
You
know
got you
when."
got a lot of
Yeah,
connects. Like, you need to
yes,
come. You
like I
got no
need to hurry up
excuse.
and come. But yeah, so we'll see. Maybe it's something's in the air.
Hey, why not? Put it out there into the atmosphere.
Countries, like, do you go through a year? Like, if people want to go, like you said, you went to 60 countries, and some people country that some people don't know how they do it. Like, how do you plan and like save and budget to travel so much?
The first is to have the intention to do so. I've always said, like, traveling, there are no secret. Like, the secrets of traveling is there are no secrets. And I think a lot of people try and sell gimmicks and masterclass and all of that stuff. But honestly, it's just making up your mind that you want to do it. Just the same way you make up your mind you want to, like, go to the gym, or you
Mm-hmm.
want to, I don't know, go shopping. It's just that decision, really. Um, and then once you do that, like, I've started telling people about, I think that was literally my post for today, that when you want to go somewhere, literally put down, for example, you want to travel to, like, I don't know, 2 countries in 2020. So have those countries, what are they? Like, don't just say I want to travel. Like, it's just so vague. You need to be a bit more,
Specific.
detailed,
Mm-hmm.
specific. Exactly. And there's just something about the power of writing things down. Like, just where you have vision boards and stuff, like writing down what countries, um oops.
You're
Writing
fine.
down writing down what countries you wanna um go to, and like where you wanna, how much it will cost. Then that's important. I think money is very important. Budgeting right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without no money there ain't no travel.
Yeah.
I always say that. Like, it's like mutually connected. Like, you literally need the one for the other. So once you have the budget, you like saving for it. I have like a separate account, my bank account, that is literally solely for travel. So when I
Oh.
open my bank, so I don't need to think, oh, do I have enough for rent, to pay my bills, to pay my phone bills? I don't need to think about all that. I literally need to just open the account for traveling and look, is there money in there? Yes, that means I can travel. If there's no money in that account, it means there's not traveling happening. So I think just, separating that and just having that sole account. Um, and then using things like Skyscanner or Google Flights, and setting like flight alert, and like, where you have like cheaper flight comes up, booking it, off peak season. There's so many tips out there. I use booking.com. I use referral codes, refer some friends, you get cash back. Um, this that, but just having that intention and just making your mind that you're gonna go. If you're gonna go alone, make up your mind you're gonna go alone, because if you're waiting for people, you just keep waiting. Like, I did a calculation the other day, and I think I would have probably done like a third of my travel if I was literally waiting for people to come. So that means two-thirds of my travels have been solo, because I was just like, you know what, I gotta go, I gotta do this. um so yeah, just making up your mind, working with what's best for you. I've always told people my travel style is the best for me, um, because of my schooling and my work and the way my lab is set up and experiment. I can't necessarily go for like 10 days or like 2 months, just leave my studies. Like, I can't do that. So like, I usually do shorter stays. So like
Mm-hmm.
long weekend, bank holidays, um, kind of like just maximizing any holidays I have and just using that instead. So yeah, it's just really doing what works for you as a person based on whatever circumstances you're in. But start with just making up your mind that you're gonna do that, and yeah,
Yeah, see,
it goes from there.
I haven't really solo traveled before. I've been like with groups and stuff like that, but I really want to solo travel. But I know the best thing about group travel is like always splitting it. And I'm like, solo travel, I know, I feel like it's so expensive. But I guess when you do like the different things, I guess in Europe, like hostels are really, really, really,
Mm,
really,
stupid cheap.
yeah, they're really cheap, but they're really more like they're really popular. And so, like coming from America, like people I know about hostels, people do it, but like some people don't want to stay in hostels, you know,
Yeah,
if they don't
I
know
think
about them.
yeah, I think the hostels have, in past, back in the days, have, gained quite a bad reputation for
Mhm.
themselves. But I think in this new age, like, I've stayed in some amazing hostels.
Mhm.
Like, I went to Marrakesh and I stayed in a raid, which was a hostel as well. If I tell you how beautiful this place was, like, it felt I was in a palace and it was a hostel. So I think it's just like reading reviews.
Mhm.
There's so many different variation of hostels. Like, I've stayed in hostels that I'm literally staying in a private room. I don't have to share with 10 other people. Hostel doesn't mean, arrays of bunk beds with 30 people in a hall kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like literally for me, my maximum is four people. So me and three other people, that's the max. So I have that cap. And mostly I just kind of stay in a private room. So while I stay in hostel, is more to have that communal thing, especially when I'm traveling solo. I have that opportunity to actually meet other solo travelers, because that's just kind of the automatic thing to do. So you kind of like, you go to these places and you just connect with other people from all over the world, and you have a different cultural experience. It's almost like benefiting twice, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So for example, I meet like an American or something, and I'm in India. So I'm, having that American cultural experience, and I'm having the Indian kind of like cultural immersive experience as well. Just like, killing two birds with one stone, which is pretty dope, to be honest. But I think, read reviews. If someone say this hostel is gross, don't book that hostel, because it's gonna be gross. Like, just, I am very passionate about writing honest review. Like,
Mhm.
I literally go down because I rely on them, because I literally go down to the details of the water pressure in the shower. Like, okay, the water pressure is not strong enough and it's annoying in the morning. Like, I am that reviewer, because I appreciate it when people write that, and I'm like, okay, maybe I don't want to book this place.
Right.
So I'm not saying be, that fussy, but I'm just saying there's so much information out there, and there's so many, boutique hotels, or the ways to go around these things to just cut down cost. But I think solo travel is essential. I think at least in a person's lifetime, they have to do it at least once. It's kind of like a breath of fresh air. Like, you go out there and it gives you this self resilience. Like, I don't know how to explain it best. Like, I say, each time you travel to somebody, you almost rely on them to also remember the events. So like, let's say you travel with, a girlfriend of yours or something. You can call them up like a week later and go, oh, you remember when we went to this restaurant? What's that restaurant called? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you kind of rely on someone else's experience as well. But when you solo travel, it forces you to almost pay attention to all the details, because you're like, this memory is mine and mine alone. I can't call someone up tomorrow and go, yo, where did we go again? Like, did we take the bus or the train? Like, it
Mm-hmm.
just forces you to pay
Yeah, I
attention.
see what you're saying.
And yeah, and you just, have that. It's pretty dope. I think it's definitely. And once you like, figure or able to navigate a new situation by yourself, you're also able to apply it in your day-to-day life, if that makes sense. Like, you're able to go, um I was able to navigate China without any translator or anything like that. Then, I come to my day-to-day job. It can't be that difficult. Like, it just makes it more applicable in a way. But yeah, solo travel definitely.
Yeah, I know. I got to think about that. But speaking of like when you're talking about hostels, and I think about like
Mhm.
safety, like security, like not getting your stuff stolen and things like that.
Mhm.
What
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
how can you be safe in hostels to make sure like your stuff doesn't get messed with? Do they have
Good
lockers?
question.
Do they
They
get
do have
locks?
lockers. I bring my own lock. Because I think the host, sometimes they charge, sometimes they rent it. So just to be safe, I bring my lock. They have lockers, and again, that's why I said in hostel you can have like a private room. That way, the whole room is literally, it's like being in a hotel basically. Because the whole room is yours, then you don't have to worry about someone stealing your stuff. And if you're in a smaller group, then it's like you have three people to accuse if something goes missing, rather than 20 other people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but most hostels, all the hostels I've been to, they've had some kind of locker. If it's literally under the bed, or the side bits of your bed. So it's not like you're even going too far away. Like, it's literally right there. But yeah, they usually have locks. And generally, I try to believe that there are more good than bad people out there. Like, I won't steal from someone, and I won't expect others to steal from me. I'm not saying be naive and literally leave all your valuables. Usually when I'm traveling to places that stay in hostel, I try to consciously reduce the valuables I take. So I think,
Mm-hmm.
do I really need to take my laptop on this travel? Can I just do everything on my phone? So just kind of consciously reducing whatever valuable thing that you're taking with you, just because you're gonna be staying in a hostel. That can be just a way to counteract it right from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, ooh, yeah. I be bringing my laptop with me sometimes, but the last
Mm,
couple times I haven't brought it with. But I'm just like, oh yeah, if you bring a camera, you bring this stuff, locking it up
mm,
and stuff like that to just make sure it's safe. But I have
yeah.
heard about when people stay in hostels, like solo travel, it's like you do get to meet people, you do get to see people, and you get to have like that interaction, talking to people, or you don't have to
Mm.
because they have like rooms by yourself or whatever. And
Yeah, they have private rooms.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Some
private
of them, not
rooms.
every one of them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's so funny to me, like when I watch YouTube and I see like UK like bloggers or something like that, like they always use
Hmm.
holiday. Like that's so funny to me. Is there a reason like they don't use like the word vacations, but they use holiday? Like
I'm getting on holiday.
yeah, they like I'm going on holiday, and I just be like, that's so funny. Like it's a vacation. I just always wonder.
It's just the way you guys call pants pants. Like, when I go to America, like, oh, grabbing my pants. Like, it's just so weird because we think pants underwear. So it's just some words that are just so different. And you think pants are like trousers and stuff. We just call it holiday. Like,
Uh,
I'm going on holiday.
but
I'm gonna take a chicken back.
it's like a vacation though.
Yeah, it's like a vacation. But like holidays, like, I don't know, like bank holiday. It's just
Hmm.
like, yeah, it's like a long weekend. Yeah. Do we say vacation? I'm trying to think. Maybe once in a bloom, I'm going for a vacay. No,
Yeah,
holiday.
now I
That's the
never
word.
heard anybody say it before. Always a holiday.
How was your holiday? That's it.
Hmm.
That's all of Christmas. That's all you're gonna be hearing. How was
Yes.
your holiday?
Oh, literally. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. Also, since how long did you live in Nigeria?
I was there for about 10, 11 years.
Okay, and then you moved
Yeah,
to
so I pretty
London.
much grew up there.
Okay.
And then I went to the States, and
Mm.
then I went back, and then I came to London to school, and
Oh,
I've
you're
just been
just
here
in
since then.
London for school. Okay, okay, I see
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What was the country that gave you like the most culture shock?
Ooh, India was a lot.
India.
It was a lot. Yeah, India really, really got to me.
What city did you
In a
go to?
positive way. I went to New Delhi.
Oh my gosh, I want to
So
go to New Delhi in the
you should, you should,
Nepal.
you should, you should. It's beautiful. So seeing things like Taj Mahal and going to the market, and it was just a lot. It was the popularity. China was another one. I think just because of the language barrier, like I remember sitting on the bus and just being like, I'm not sure where this bus is going, but let's just go with the flow. But yeah, yeah, I think I just try to be open-minded, and I
Hmm.
think that's what all travelers should be. I think it's wrong to go to places and expect them to be like the places you left, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, just being open-minded and just going with the flow of like what's the worst that will happen.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is true. Like
Yeah.
you can't go like you're from America. You can't go to China thinking they're gonna speak English. Like that's not what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah, that
yeah.
that would that. And it's quite frustrating when people think that, like, people go to like Spain or France, or go to Spain and say, why are they speaking Spanish? Like, why don't they even speak English here? And I'm like, you're in Spain. What
Like
did you expect?
come on.
Like, come on, be
Hmm.
reasonable. So yeah, it's like someone comes to America and goes, "So why is everyone speaking English?" Like, you're in America. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think if everybody just go with that mindset, they're less disappointed. I guess some people get disappointed straight away just because they have this expectation, and I
Hmm.
feel expectation always equals to disappointment. I think you just kind of, if you go with an open mind and just like be willing to accept whatever you see as
Hmm.
their culture. I think you have to remember that most countries are established to benefit their people because they live in it,
Hmm. That's true.
not you as a tourist. So I think, yeah, if you go with that mindset, you're just like, okay, let's see how things are done here.
What
But
has
yeah.
been also like thinking about food and cuisine? Like what has been the best place that you
Hmm.
ate at?
Ooh, food. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, there's no country that's beaten Nigerian
I
food.
knew you were
I'm
about to
so
say that.
sorry.
I tried some Nigerian
I
food.
really
My mouth was on
tried.
fire.
Woo! Well, it depends on who cooks it for you. I think we do like our spice. I ain't gonna
Yes,
lie.
spicy.
I
That's
think
why
a
I said,
good
"Whoo, I
a
can't do
good
spicy."
spice sauce is just the best. Like, especially when you're ill and you eat like a pepper soup, like literally
Mm.
the flu clears off instantly. Like, that's all you need. Like some spicy,
Whoo.
spicy food.
Oh.
Yeah, basically.
Mm.
um yeah, I just really love the food. I love the stew. I love my mom's cooking. I love all of that. Um, but I'm quite open. It's quite fun. Before I started traveling, I was a picky eater. Like, I
Mm.
would not touch stir fry because of all the vegetables. Like,
Yes.
I was that picky.
Hmm.
And then traveling, like, I remember coming back home and my mom, she made like fried rice with like green peas and stuff. I used to pick out the grain and I started like eating it. And she was so shocked. She was like, "What happened to you?" I was like, "Trust me, I've eaten grasshopper in Uganda. I can eat some green peas." But yeah, it makes you more adventurous. Like, your taste bug just like increases and you just want to try new cuisine. It kind of sucks if you go to new places and don't try their dishes. Like,
Uh-huh.
that in itself is an experience. So yeah,
I
I'm
know. Oh,
always
that's
open to
hard
trying
for me.
something new.
Trying new
Trying something
food.
new.
Ooh, it's hard. Trying new
Yeah.
food.
I think I try to make sure I have something new, but with a backup of something I have. So if that makes sense,
Yes, it definitely
with
does. I'd be
something I
like,
know.
ooh, I don't
Exactly.
know.
So like, I'll go somewhere and I'll be like, okay, as long as they have like rice, so I can like back up that up, and then I'll just try something random. So I literally tell the waiter, okay, I don't know, whatever he likes or she likes. So that way I try two things, but always have at least a backup plan. Like, okay, if this all goes down to hell, I got my backup plan.
Yeah, literally, like if this does not go well, that's how
And
I
then
feel.
I got plan B.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I think it's important to try new cuisines,
Hmm.
just just to see how it's like. But yeah, that's
Yeah, I
it.
think I'm a picky eater, so I'm like, I really don't know. I'm just gonna try a little bit. This, I'm like, whoo. I'm
Yeah.
not a spicy person, and a lot of food be wanting to eat spicy. I'm like, yeah, I cannot eat spicy food at all.
No spice. Oh wow, I don't think I can cook for you then, because
I can cook. I'll be over here. My mouth is
and
burning.
they like literally like you're in tears, like just
Yeah,
crying, like what's
yes, I'm
going
like,
on? It's
I
like
need some
the
water
food.
or something. Can you spice it down, please?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm queen of spicy. Like just
oh, I'm cracking up. But I know that, like, well, I know that you're in school, so you're in school in London. How is it like living
hmm
in London, like being in like a Nigerian in London, like being
Nigeria
African
and
in
London.
London? I feel like there's a lot of
I
Africans in
think
London, but
yeah, London is so diverse. Like it's so varied, and I I don't know. Like I've never felt out of place per se. I think when I felt probably when I came as a kid, probably this is like I don't know, year six of us. I don't know what that grade is for you, like primary school basically. I definitely went through the whole bullying and trying to integrate into the system, but kids can be mean.
hmm.
Um, but going through high school and everything in London is just so diverse. Like you literally get people from all sorts of places, and that makes it less intimidating because everyone's just so varied. You kind of just find your own community, so it depends on where you're living and stuff. You kind of just find your people and yeah, just vibe along really. But I've never felt, I don't know, out of place or anything
Hmm.
while in London. But yeah, that's it really.
Oh yeah, and it's so quick. Like it's easy, isn't it? Like easy to like get on a train or whatever and like travel to a
Oh
different
yeah,
country in
yeah.
London.
Literally, London is the place to be travel wise within Europe. Like we are so blessed to like budgets, like really cheap local flights.
Hmm.
Can you even call them local because they literally have to an international, like another country, but like budget flights, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So like example of traveling within Africa, I kind of stressed with that because literally I'm paying the same amount it cost me to come from London to Africa to travel within Africa, if that so
Oh.
yeah. So in London you get flight like Ryanair or EasyJet or what's it called? I'm trying to Wizz Air, and you're paying 20-30 bucks for a return ticket to Rome or Italy or Germany or France. So yeah, it's like it's relatively cheap to fly if you book things in advance and you're flexible with your time. It's relatively cheap to fly within London. Like sorry, from London to European countries. Um and especially if you have like a British citizenship, then you don't even have to worry about visa or anything. The borders are pretty open with the EU that we're in. We don't really know what's going on with Brexit right now, so that might all change, and we have to get visas and all of that.
Uh-huh.
But right now the border is pretty open, and you can easily, or you can even take the train. I'm trying to remember what train you take. Oh, my mind is just gone blank. But you can take the train from London to places like Paris. Um, and literally do like a day trip. So you take the first train out and you take a train back. I'm the queen of day trips. That's the way I've been able to maximize my time.
Okay,
Like
so you do a lot of day trips.
I love my day trips. I think is underestimated because people just go, you can't really see a country in a day. And I'll never, advertise myself to be an expert in a country just by visiting for a couple of hours. But I feel it's still better. Like a Saturday, you spend, Netflixing and chilling, and, being your PJs all day. I'm going and experience a whole different culture. I don't
Hmm.
think is ever a bad thing, especially if the prices are like, I don't know, £20, £20. So we call it bucks, £20 to go to I don't know, to Venice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the last day trip I took. So to Venice, you take the 6 a.m. flight, you come back around 8, 9 p.m. We've been there for a good day, to be honest. And
Oh,
we've,
okay.
had some nice pasta and walked around and danced in the streets of Venice. And yeah,
So you do day
it's
trips
always
a
a good
lot.
thing.
What's the longest, like, I guess the longest flight or like the longest train ride you had to take for your day trip?
I cap it at 2 hours. I try to be less, so an hour and a bit. Any longer, I don't see the point. I think it's just too long for a day trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous to go for like, I don't know, 6 hours, because that's, you have to remember, 6 hours to go, 6 hours to come. That's literally the day already. So yeah, you basically want to cap it. So if it's flights and stuff, you just 1 hour. And usually, because there's like sometimes times difference,
Mm-hmm.
so you leave, there's like an hour or so. So you leave at one point, and when you come back, it feels like it's the same time you're leaving because of the time difference.
Mm-hmm.
So that really benefits sometimes. Sometimes it contradicts, but most time it benefits. So yeah, I think day trips are underestimated. I think more people, if you're based within Europe, I don't know how it works in the States. I don't think you really do that much.
I
But you
do
go
day
like,
trips actually. I did a day
do
trip
you? To
before, yeah.
where?
Well, I live like in Kentucky, and so I did a day trip to like Indiana. It's like Indianapolis. You could do it. That's like 2.5 hours, or
Ah,
like Cincinnati. That's like an hour and a half away. And
okay.
like Nashville, that's like 2.5 hours away. So there is. It just depends on like where you're located at. If you
Is
can
this
do day
flying or
trips,
driving or what?
driving. This is driving.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
So,
That's good.
yeah, and I know sometimes like if you fly from Louisville to Chicago, that's like a 50-minute plane ride. So like you can go from Louisville to
Dope.
Chicago, and you can go up there for a day and come back. And I know like a lot of these are flight attendants, but I know a lot of people who like fly to New York or whatever, and then they like
Mm-hmm,
fly back
mm-hmm.
the same day. But that's like if you're a flight attendant or something like that. So people do
Exactly.
day trips, but I don't know if they like do them all the time.
All the time, yeah. I would
Yeah.
recommend them all the time, but I think they are, trust me, because they do tire you. It is a lot,
Mm-hmm.
because you're trying to see as much as possible. You're on your feet out there. You're not really going to a place and just chilling by the pool. Like, no,
Yeah.
you're going to be trying to explore as much as possible. So it's not, I'll probably do once a month or once in 2 months, a day trip. Um, so it's not something I do like back to back on, because it can be tiring. I'll say a weekend is probably a little bit better. But whatever, that's what I say, whatever works for you. If you know that
In
it's
your
literally the
budget.
day
Uh-huh.
trips you can do and you do your budget, then just do that. You're literally traveling so light, it's your handbag and whatever you need, and
Mm-hmm.
go explore, be open, enjoy, come back home. And no one can take that away from you. It's an experience you've just put in the bank. No one
That's
can
true.
take that away from you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, how many what's the continent that you have the most countries in?
Europe.
Of course, I knew
I
it.
literally, I think I was looking at it tonight, and I got like three more countries to go, and that's it.
Oh, in
I'm done with
Europe?
Europe.
Okay, do you have any
Yeah.
more travels for the rest of the year?
I got two more. I want to go to Cyprus in a couple of, probably next month. And then December is the Grand 60, and I still can't figure out where to go.
Oh, it's gonna be somewhere in
um,
Europe.
yeah, I don't know. No, I was thinking somewhere warmer, so it's gonna be my 25th birthday as well.
Yes,
Um,
25th birthday.
yes,
I
it's
need
on
to
my
be like you. You
25th.
got, oh my gosh, you literally are killing it. I'm trying to do 30 before 30. You over here 60 at 25. Woo child.
We try.
True. I need to have a higher goal. Like what? Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
But yeah, so I wanted it warm,
Mm-hmm.
but warm means far away,
Yeah,
obviously, because the whole of Europe is freaking cold.
yeah, that's true.
Except from places I've been to already, like Spain and stuff is a bit warm, but I've been there.
But you
So I
want to go
wanted
to a new
somewhere,
country.
exactly, I want to go for a new country. So that's kind of, so people have recommended Cape Verde. I don't know if I'm
Oh, I think
saying
I've
that
heard of that
right.
before. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somewhere in Africa. It's like, it's a 6 hours flight.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
what about Seychelles? Seychelles, have you been there? I don't know if that's warm or cold.
Where?
Seychelles, it's like the tip of.
Seychelles. Yeah, that's far though.
It
No.
is far. I don't know. You said Africa, and I
it's
just thought about
it's
it. I didn't know if you were trying to
definitely
do a
in
day
Mali.
trip.
Trust me.
It's how
I
many
think that
hours?
was that. Huh?
How many hours did you say it
I don't
was?
know. I'm not sure.
Oh,
Which one? Cape Verde or Seychelles?
oh, Seychelles. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far. I just know that it sounds far.
Oh, I do know it's in Africa though. But when you said
It's
Cape
definitely
Verde,
in
I thought
Africa.
about
It's definitely in
Africa.
Africa. I think we Cape Verde because it's a bit of an island, so it's a bit closer to Europe.
Oh,
If that makes
okay.
sense. So
Yeah.
that's why it's 6 hours. But yeah, I would love to explore Africa a bit more. I feel like I haven't done it justice. I think I've been to like 7 countries within Africa, so definitely need to, just explore more of the people and the
Mm-hmm.
culture and all of that stuff. Can't wait, can't wait. But I
Yes.
know December, Ghana, Nigeria, are the kind of places to be.
I know. I'm
Um,
gonna get there one year, maybe next year.
you should. I was in Ghana this summer and it was just dope. There's just so much to it, the culture and everything. And I think the tourism board they're doing a good work.
Mm-hmm.
The government is, the president has, targets as the year of the return. So lots
I
of
know, and
people are
everything's about to
coming
be
back to
expensive.
exactly.
I
See,
really
they're
want to
really
go for my.
expensive. It's like
That's
10
where I
times the
really want to
price.
go for my 25th birthday.
Ghana?
Is like one country, a country in Africa. If it's Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, something. I need to go to Africa.
Yeah. Go to Africa. That's the place. That's the place to be. Yeah.
Yes, that's like really what I'm trying to go. Do you have any travels goals for 2020? Do you already have those picked out, or do you just go with the flow?
Um, Fingers crossed. I want to be done with my project. I
Yes.
think once that's done, and then I'll literally be. I want to travel for a year after that. I feel like I
What?
deserve that.
Yes. Oh my
Yes, that's
goodness.
the plan. That's the grand plan. So I'm gonna be 6 months backpacking within Asia, 3 months in
Oh
Africa,
my
and
gosh, if
then
you're
three
Asian, you have
months
to let me know.
I will
Yeah.
totally. And then 3 months in South America. I feel like I need to go to Brazil, Colombia, Peru.
Yes. Oh
I
my
want to check
gosh.
out those
I want to
places.
go there so bad. Colombia. Yes. I never thought about
Yeah.
backpacking Europe, but I don't know if you're. Well, she's on Twitter. It's called Stephanie Perry. She did like an adult gap year. She saved like $14,000, and she lived in South Asia for a year. Like she went to like Vietnam, Thailand, stuff like that. I never really thought about doing
Wow.
a year of travel, but if I if I figure
Yeah.
out something.
I didn't take a gap year, so I feel like I need my gap year.
I know I didn't take a gap year either. I didn't take it either. So yes, I'm like, let me take a
Like
gap
I need
year.
my gap year.
Yes,
Figure out life, find myself, whatever people do during gap years.
yes, whatever. Travel and just have a peace of mind. Like I need
Yeah,
that.
they say, I need that, eat, pray, sleep. Well, what's it called? What's the name of that book?
What book?
Is it
What book is it? I think you said eat. Did you say
eat,
eat, pray, sleep?
eat, pray, something? Is it
Mm-hmm.
sleep? The last one? I don't know what
It
it's called.
may. I
Yeah,
don't know the book though. It may be. I
but
don't
yeah,
know.
and I need some of that.
Like literally, that is so cool. Yeah, I never really thought about traveling a whole year gap year, but that would be dope. I wish I would have saved enough money so I could do it
Eat, pray,
now.
love.
I
That's
was
the
trying.
word.
I know I was gonna try to save like $20,000, but that really didn't work out. So I said, I guess I'll do a gap year before maybe I start my real career or something like that. But yeah. That would
Mm,
be a freaking amazing, and I don't want to take all your time because I know there is a time difference.
no worries.
With that,
It's good conversation.
yes. But yeah, I think I really like that idea of the gap year. Like what?
Mm.
So when do you graduate with your program?
So I should be done by the summer. So, once I'm done, either summer or early autumn, and then yeah, I'll be out of here. Get my
Oh, okay.
backpack and get going.
Yes, you're back. You're gonna backpack
Yeah, I'm gonna
in
backpack it
Asia.
like
In
Asia,
Asia?
6 months at least.
I know.
Yeah.
I never heard about backpacking in Asia. I've heard about backpacking in Europe, but you already been everywhere in
Oh
Europe,
yeah, people do
so
that in Asia all the time. They go to Bali, they do the whole thing all the
I want to
time.
go to
I
Bali.
think I think because Americans come to Europe and Europeans go to Asia,
Asia.
if that makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
Yeah.
That
So
does
we
make
kind of
sense.
do the same
Cause ain't
equivalent.
nobody
Yeah.
backpacking in America. I just know ain't
Mm.
nobody backpacking in Asia. I
I
just
would love to
know.
do like the route is it 66 or something like that. The
Maybe.
the epic routes within America, driving around it.
Like driving
I'm
like
trying
a road trip or something like that.
a road trip. Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to do that.
yeah, me too. But I'm trying to get some
You want
countries
to go
under
to
my
Asia
belt.
first?
Yeah, yeah. I want to get some more countries first, so I can put
Yeah,
them on my passport. Because I've been to some countries and I didn't really get to get them on my passport. But I'm like, I need some passport
I need a
countries.
passport stamp. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that is definitely what I need. But you also have a podcast, and so you could tell them about your podcast and what you do on that, so they could follow
Yeah,
you.
my podcast is a young blooming one. It's quite young. Legit just started it. It's called Black Kintsugi. Stick to the brand name. Not
Yes.
really. I'm a creature of nature. I like to, stick to the same thing. So it's just about just conversing about storytelling, the people I've met along the road, um,
Mm-hmm.
travel tips, just generally what I do on my Instagram page. So now I'm literally doing something on Twitter and Instagram whereby I do 1 minute travel with Black Kintsugi, whereby people kind of suggest whatever issues they're having when it comes to traveling. I think this morning I did a series about day trips, which is quite a coincidence that we're talking about it now.
Yes.
So like, I just kind of share information. I think my page is basically a place where you can find traveling to be easy, safe, and doable. So I just kind of inform people, kind of change the narrative that traveling is scary or something to be afraid of. We do live in an evil world, no doubt about that. But I think traveling just is more of a positive experience than negative, and it's just a bit sad that, especially traveling as a person of color, sometimes you just get the negative narrative being thrown at you all the time. It's just important to remember that they are good in the world. They are good people, and they are people that show me kindness, and I'm just like, wow, I did not expect you to do that, but I am truly grateful. um so yeah, that's kind of my page, just like a sprinkle of positivity, really.
Oh.
um
Mm-hmm. What
yeah.
made you come up like your brand name? Like, what? How did you get that?
That's a good question. Black kintsugi. So kintsugi is a Japanese term. That's the reason why I need to go to Asia next year, because I'm obsessed with Japan and just the culture and everything. So it's a Japanese word which means to mend with gold. So I came
Oh.
across this, I think in 2017. I was going through quite, rough patch, and I just went kind of like a new start. And it just kind of narrates basically we live in a culture of basically use and dump. So you buy something, it looks really good, and once it breaks, we just kind of chuck it away.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and some people, they feel like sometimes deal them kind of like a difficult hand, and they just feel like people are just kind of like using them and just teaching them, really. But with the kintsugi, is basically an art of mending with gold and increasing the value of something that was once broken. So not only is it restored to its original state, but it's actually you know made more precious by it being broken in the first place. So normally, like, I don't know, you have like a precious plate or something. If it breaks, you kind of either two options: you either put it in the bin, or you try and mend it with super glue. But you can still kind of see the crack, and it doesn't look so good. But with kintsugi, the crack actually filled with gold, like a golden mending properties, and that increases the value and just makes it look so beautiful, because it's like these cracks that filled with this amazing gold. And I feel like the traveling is the kintsugi of life. I feel is the meta, is the point in which we meet people and we're able to heal and connect, and you know just know that things will be okay at the end of the day. Like, we might go through tough stuff, but when you hear other people's story about how they have overcome and really found ways to go through almost similar experience that we go through. I've kind of noticed that trend. Like, people's stories are similar, different but similar in a very weird way. But yeah, so I take traveling important because I think it's a healing process. I believe is a point whereby you're able to just as I said, the things you learn on the road, you're able to apply it in your real life and just have a more enriched life, really. So yeah, that's how the brand was birthed, and it's been a good journey so far. I ain't gonna lie
Yes,
about
that
that.
was really, really deep.
Whoops.
You like took me in right there, like the healing the process. Yes, that was really so
Mm,
deep. That's so
yeah.
funny. So you like, so you're like in love with like Japanese culture and stuff.
Oh my goodness, like cannot wait. I think I will need a whole month or two there on his own just to be in Japan, to be in Tokyo. Apparently the
Oh, we
technology
should
is
do
just
Tokyo. There's
mind.
the Olympics are there next summer.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good time to be
Like
honest.
in August or something. There'll be a
Yeah,
lot of people there.
there'll be a lot of people there. I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's the best time to go,
I
but
know. I'm
we'll
like,
see.
maybe go for Olympics, but it might be too crowded to just
Exactly. It might be
do.
too much. Maybe I'll,
Hmm.
let it go past before I go or something. But yeah, the culture is just so amazing. It's so forgiving and so open and so yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. And the technology apparently is just like living in another century. Like there's a whole world. Even the toilet experience, especially, is different apparently.
Hmm. Oh
so
yeah.
I, so I need to check that out and just see what everyone's hyping about. But I
Yeah.
think it will be good. I think it will be good.
Yes. Well, yeah. You let me know how it goes
I shall.
when you go over there and backpack, because I never really thought about backpacking. I think I might. I don't know if I could do the backpacking.
Take a
So
fancy suitcase, no problem. Just go. Whatever. That's how it's
yeah.
done. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you.
Yes, yes. So, and so this is my last question. Do you see, like, with your brand and what you want to do? Do you see you going into the traveling realm? Do you see like you living a life
Hmm.
with a travel brand, or do you like? I know you're like you're in school, so like, or do you see you working in your studies and what you're doing right now?
That's a wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, but
um,
compare
uh,
vice versa.
I, I see. I see a life of both. I know that whatever career choice I go for, I definitely want it to involve some level of traveling. I think that's why I'm very keen to probably work with some organization like the UN
Mm,
or the World Health Organization, just something that has traveling to do with it and just reaching out to communities and stuff, which is the healing process of kintsugi. I feel it to be very different to whatever I said it just the way I've explained it now because life has always been so much different to what I've imagined. If someone's saying I'm going to be doing a PhD, at the moment, I'd be like, you crazy. So
mm.
I think we can never really tell what life is, but ideally it would definitely involve a lot of traveling, a lot of just exploring new places. I don't know if I'll ever slow down or, I don't know. I don't know. Right now it's not looking that way. I just want to see the world. I just think it's so beautiful. The world that we live in is so so beautiful, and I encourage whoever's listening to this, just take that brave step and literally go for it. Like
Yes,
if you've had that calling, if you had that nagging, and you're waiting for that one friend, they ain't never
hmm.
gonna be ready for you. Like
Just
just do
go.
it.
Yes, I even have a
Yeah.
YouTube channel. I was saying like you don't have to go to London. You don't have to go to Korea your first trip. Like do that day trip. Like start off
Mm,
small if that's what you need to do to
mm,
get
mm.
into traveling, you know?
I tell people all the time, like my traveling started from my backyard. Like even just your next city, like staycation are amazing. Like I was losing out on the British countryside for the longest of time, and those places are so lush. You're gonna think you're in Bali. Like it's so beautiful, within the UK itself. So you never have to go across the world. You don't need to go all the way to New Zealand for you to have traveled. Like you literally, whatever is in your backyard, whatever is most convenient for you right now. The whole point of traveling is just to have a new experience. That's it. So, just trying a new restaurant is traveling. You've taken a bus ride to somewhere, that is traveling. It's just, it doesn't have to be tagged in a certain way. That's why I say whatever you as a person, as long as you are, what's it called? As long as it works for you, that's the most important thing. And you don't have
Hmm.
to go all the way. You don't have to, you know, travel hours or something. Traveling is a new experience. It's something that, you try out a new restaurant or you try a new activity. You've taken a bus or a train or somewhere that is traveling already. It doesn't require you to go across the world before you experience something new. And it took me, exploring my backyard. I think that's one thing I always tell people. Like you said, was my most explored continent. It wasn't Asia because that's not easily accessible to me. It was Europe because that's the closest
Mm-hmm.
proximity. So yeah, whatever works for you as a person, that's what you have to truly remember. Whatever works for you. So yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. I just want to thank you so much for taking out your time to
Thank
come on
you
this
again. Oh
podcast.
my God, I'm so grateful.
Yes, and being able to talk about everything. So, what you left us with is whatever works for you, and start with day trips and know your
Mhm.
budget. And we're gonna be
Mhm.
following you on your journey because we're gonna follow you on Instagram. And when you make it to all the countries, I'm gonna be like, I knew her when she was at
Yay!
59 or 58.
Exactly. We're gonna have a big
Yes.
party. We're gonna invite everyone. It's gonna be real
Li-
dope.
yes, like yes, she met her country mark, and hopefully my 30 by 30, I can get a party too, and celebrate
Exactly. I'll
the
be there. Don't
travel.
worry.
Yes. So yes, I just want to say thank you. This is really fun.
Thank you.
And you are
Thank
my first
you.
international. I think I have another international one. Yeah, I think I'm about to interview somebody from Canada. And
Ooh,
so
I love
yeah, so I just
Canada.
think this is so cool. Yeah, I went to Toronto and
Yeah.
I went for Caravana. It was a nice, cool thing. I think I want to go back to Toronto when it's like not a festival, just to explore
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah, I love the
that.
people. I think they're
Um,
so friendly. I think they're super friendly. I think it's a great place to start, like a new family. Like the culture, the
mhm.
economy is quite blooming right now. They're quite acceptance of people as long as you're skilled. So yeah, it's definitely the
Yeah,
weather is just the only thing that ain't smiling. Like it snows all the time there. Like I'm just
yeah,
like,
it's like
why?
freezing in Canada. Yes, freezing up there.
So that's the only turn off. But aside from that, Canada is a dope place to relocate if you want to.
I'm cracking up. Yeah, so we'll see. And I definitely will keep in touch with you because I might
I
have to be in
shall.
Asia next year or something like that.
Look at that.
And
We'll be doing
yeah,
this. Don't worry. I feel that spirit. Like we're gonna travel together. We're gonna do
yes,
it.
yes. Oh my goodness, that would be so dope. Like from Twitter to real life.
Exactly. I'm big on that.
And
I feel relationships should be translated. Like I
mhm.
try as much as possible. Once I vetted and I know you're not crazy, I
Right,
try. I really
right, for real. You just go.
like,
So.
I do try to translate those relationships to real life because I just think,
Mhm.
the real life is where
And
we
it's like you
live
have
in.
something in common with them, and you can talk
Exactly.
about different things and
You
stuff
can
like
vibe on
that.
so many levels. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so that's so cool. But yeah, so I hope you have a great rest of your night.
I
Um,
shall. Thank you so
and
much, Alicia.
yes, you're welcome so much. And I will see you soon or tweet you soon, talk to you soon.
All right.
So thanks everybody for listening. Go follow her and just stay on her journey. And y'all have a
Mhm.
great rest of your day or night whenever y'all listen to this. All
Bye.
right, bye.